discipline um, includes training, but it also includes motivating, consequences or things that we're doing to say we're trying to push you in the right direction.
Let's talk about how we transition first from that world of discipline to discipleship.
Yeah, and I think those two words are interestingly lined up with the idea of external motivation and internal motivation. And so discipline um, includes training, but it also includes motivating, consequences or things that we're doing to say we're trying to push you in the right direction. Um, Discipleship is, again, when we want them to develop their own uh, motivation and we're not pushing them, they're choosing. The thing is there's a bit of a transition in the parenting process that's really confusing sometimes. And so anyway, I put this little homemade chart together. I'm going to show for people who are actually looking. But basically, it's a chart with a big X in the middle of it. And so what happens is discipleship, when you first start parenting, is very low because you're not trying to teach your kids
Mhm.
theology. You're just trying to make them go to the bathroom in the right spot. So it's a lot of discipline is very high, which is I'm trying to, help them behave in a certain way. But then there's a cross in the middle, right? Discipline should be constantly descending until discipline isn't a part of your relationship with your kids. Discipleship should be constantly ascending, growing stronger. Now there's that cross point in the middle, right? And I would say just, 10, 11, 12, maybe 13, depending on development. Some people are earlier, some people are later, is a confusing time because sometimes you're thinking this person really needs some discipline. But then you realize, but they're old enough where you feel like you can reason with this person, it's like, don't you want to listen? Don't you want to choose this, And so just having this idea in my mind has always been helpful to me. Where am I in the process with this child? And how do I know how to move out of discipline? I need to move out of discipline. I can't just that's a common parenting mistake. They discipline too long and they think that they're going to get their kids to behave in a certain way. And it's not going to work. It's really going to backfire if you discipline too long. And then another mistake people make is they don't pick up discipleship by developing a different kind of relationship with your kid. Discipleship is built on a relationship. And if you're not prepping for that the whole time, developing a relationship of trust and openness and love and kindness and communication, then all of a sudden, if you're going to sit down with your kid, okay, it's time to learn about Jesus, they're like, I'm not talking to you because you've not developed a relationship ahead of time. So that's the larger context that helps us understand, maybe some of those particular tips that we'll talk about here.